Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jeff Frost. What's up, party people? Hey, before the video even continue, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the Notification Gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Alright, so we always have people in the media or, YouTubers or whatever the case might be. And we tend to be just deluged, flooded with so many stories that are just negative that needs to have some kind of, light shined on it, that often we just forget that we also have a responsibility to point out the positive aspects of what's going on in our with our people in our culture. There's nothing wrong with exposing, travesties or of justice. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with showing people how difficult it could be as being a black person in America or in the world, to shine light, on all the dark places and crevices that exist where some of the most harsh and evilest uh, deeds are committed against our people. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we have to temper that. We have to weigh that out against or with positive things that's going on. Because if we're only going to talk about the negative things that's happening, we're not doing our job appropriately. So that's why lately I've really been going out of my way to try to put out good stories, positive stories that we could feel good about us and our people. And even more so, just throughout our history. Not a lot of people know who George Washington Carver is. Not a lot of people know who invented the street light. Not a lot of people know who actually drew up the plans. When I say the plans, I mean like for how the streets was gonna go, the buildings that they was gonna build, the blocks was gonna be for Washington D.C. Like not a lot of people know who did these things. They were black people. People of color have done so many things in America, in the world, just in general. I mean, and I don't say that to say other people haven't done anything. I'm just saying when a Caucasian man does something, he gets the credit. Shit. When a person who isn't Caucasian does something, sometimes a Caucasian man gets the credit. A Caucasian woman can do something and a Caucasian man will get the credit. That's just the world that we live in. And I'm not saying that to talk negatively about anybody. I'm just explaining that's the world that we live in. And especially before this generation. And when I say this generation, I mean before the 70s, before the 80s. Absolutely, this is what happened. Even if a woman, or a Caucasian woman, a white woman did something, there was a good chance that a white man was going to steal her glory and take whatever that was and say it was his doing. That's just what it is. So I wanted to let everybody know about this young man, Kevin Stonewall. 22 years old, and he's on his way of finding a cure for cancer, colon cancer in particular. Now, with that being said, before we even get into the story, I want to explain something to everyone. First, I'm going to tell you what cancer is. Okay? Cancer is basically your cell, wherever, in whichever part of your body that the cancer is forming, the tumor is growing, regenerating itself past the need to be regenerated. So basically, let's say you have a lesion on, or some kind of damage was done to a lung, right? And the blood cells go there, fix it. But instead of stopping after the damage is repaired, it keeps on generating cells. Do you understand? And then thus creates a tumors. thus creates cancers. You understand? It's basically what cancer is. It's something inside of you that keeps generating, like the cells won't stop generating even after whatever it is trying to fix is fixed. That's why there's chemotherapy. Pardon me. That's why there's chemotherapy. What chemotherapy does is chemotherapy poisons. That's what chemotherapy is for everybody that doesn't know. It's poison. Chemotherapy poisons the area so it can be injured enough for the cells to start reproducing. Then when the cells start reproducing and the swelling goes down or whatever the case is, then at times they can go in and cut it out, but they can't before then. Now, you could go speak to a doctor, whatever, they'll be able to explain it better. Maybe I'm not explaining it all the way correctly, but that's what cancer is. Now, with that being said, also, ways to prevent yourself from getting cancer is staying away from processed foods. Staying away from GMO-based foods. Especially processed foods. One of the biggest, one of the things that can give cancer easily to people is franks, sausages, these processed meats, canned meats. Like any meats you get out of a can, you should not be eating meat out of a can. You understand? But the problem is, like, one can isn't going to do it for you. It's when it's part of your diet. When this is a everyday thing for you. You eat freaking Chef Boyardee 3 days out the week, 4 days out the week. Don't be surprised if you get some type of cancer. You smoke cigarettes. Don't be surprised if you get some kind of cancer. Anyway, 22-year-old Kevin Stonewall is on his way to finding a cure for colon cancer. And with that being said, also, they have a cure for a lot of this stuff out there. But the best thing you could do is, not get it, And it's easier said than done, obviously. But, exercise, eat more healthy, stay away from processed foods. Vegetables. These are ways to stay away from things like cancer. In a world where new diseases are discovered nearly every month, it's refreshing to be talking about a potential cure for one of the most devastating diseases in the world right now. Kevin Stonewall, a 22-year-old cancer researcher, is making giant advances in solving colon cancer. Colon cancer is the third most common type of cancer. It accounts for 10% of cancer cases globally and 65% of cancer cases in developing countries like ours. Now, look, young man, he's dedicating his life to a noble cause, and we have so many people out here that, and link is going to be in the description, obviously. We have so many people out here that, make our people look bad, in my opinion. Or they don't care how they make our people look. That's a better way to put it. But with that being said, every race has people that make their people look bad or don't care how they make them look. So I'm not trying to say it's only, like, that kills me. Like, one of the things that I hate the most, I know I'm way off target right now, but one of the things that I hate the most is people talk about black on black crime. That makes no sense. Why? Because most people commit crimes, most races commit crimes, against their own race more than they do other races. It's called opportunity. The people you live around are more likely the people that you're going to commit crimes against rather than people who don't live in your neighborhood. Anyway, let me see the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think about this. I'm proud of this individual. I think that we need more people. I'm tired of everybody trying to make their children to be movie stars and athletes. What the hell is wrong with being a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher? There's nothing wrong with these things. There's even nothing wrong with being a police officer. There's nothing wrong with being a fireman. There's nothing wrong with working in Wall Street. There's nothing wrong with these things. Why do we have to be celebrities? I don't understand. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. # Bronx Bombers. I love y'all. Take care of each other. That's all I got on this one. I'm out. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then.